Welcome to the Live Wisely Stoicism channel. Today, we're going to explore one of humanity's oldest and most powerful philosophies, Stoicism. More than 2,000 years after its creation, this philosophy continues to inspire people around the world, offering practical tools to face the challenges of modern life with courage, balance, and serenity. We'll dive into the history of Stoicism, from its humble beginnings in ancient Greece to its rebirth in the contemporary world, and discover how its principles can transform our lives, bringing peace and purpose amidst the uncertainties of today's world. If you're looking for a way to live with more clarity, focus, and resilience, this video is for you. Get ready for a philosophical journey that may change your perspective on what it truly means to live well. But finally, do you know how it all began? But first, if you're enjoying this video and want to continue learning about how Stoicism can transform your life, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave your comment below. Your participation is very important so that we can continue to bring you content that really makes a difference. Join us on this journey of wisdom and self-discovery. Stoicism is one of the most influential schools of philosophical thought in antiquity, whose relevance extends far beyond its time and place of origin. Founded in Athens by Zeno of Citium around 300 BC, Stoic philosophy emerged in a period marked by intense intellectual fervor in Greece, where several philosophical currents competed for influence and followers. This context, rich in debates and reflections, provided the ideal environment for the development of ideas that sought to answer the fundamental questions of human existence, such as the nature of good, the role of reason, and the best way to live. Stoicism proposed a worldview centered on virtue as the supreme good, arguing that true happiness could only be achieved through a life in accordance with nature and reason. For the Stoics, virtue was a matter of character, of acting in accordance with the rational principles that govern the universe, recognizing that many things, such as wealth, health, and reputation, are beyond our control and therefore should not be the basis for our happiness. Instead, we should focus on what is within our control, our attitudes, our choices, and our actions. The early period of Stoicism was shaped not only by Zeno but also by his direct successors, such as Cleanthes of Assos and Chrysippus of Cleanthes. Cleanthes, who led the school after Zeno's death, was known for his austere life and devotion to his teacher. He kept the Stoic tradition alive, emphasizing the importance of a life lived in accordance with nature and reason. However, it was Chrysippus, who succeeded Cleanthes, who played a crucial role in establishing Stoicism as one of the leading philosophies of the time. Zeno of Citium, born around 334 BCE on the island of Cyprus, is widely regarded as the founder of Stoicism, a philosophy that would become one of the most enduring and influential in antiquity. His philosophical journey began in an unexpected and dramatic way. After surviving a shipwreck that left him destitute, Zeno arrived in Athens, where he sought solace and guidance in books. According to legend, he came across a copy of Xenophon's Memorabilia, a work on the life of Socrates, which deeply inspired him. Zeno, impressed by Socratic ideas about virtue and self-control, began attending the classes of the Cynics, especially those of Crates of Thebes, a disciple of Diogenes the Cynic. Diogenes was known for his austere lifestyle and his emphasis on self-sufficiency and disdain for material possessions, values that would resonate strongly in Stoicism. Under the influence of these teachers, Zeno developed a philosophical vision that combined the ethical rigor of Socrates with the independence of the Cynics, but also sought a more balanced and practical approach to life. Over the years, Zeno gathered a group of followers and began teaching in Athens at the Stoa Poikile, a painted colonnade that stood in the city's marketplace. Hence the name Stoicism, derived from the location where his teachings were held. Zeno's philosophy emphasized that virtue, understood as living in harmony with nature and reason, is the only true good. For the Stoics, happiness did not depend on external circumstances, but rather on a life lived in accordance with virtue, that is, with moral and intellectual excellence. After Zeno's death around 262 BC, his school was led by Cleanthes of Assos, who stood out for his devotion to his master's teachings and for his defense of the idea that virtue was sufficient for happiness. Cleanthes, however, did not limit himself to merely repeating Zeno's doctrines. He also sought to deepen them, especially in his reflections on the role of reason and physics in Stoicism. The true architect of Stoicism, however, was Chrysippus of Cleanthes, who succeeded Cleanthes. Born around 279 BC, Chrysippus is often considered the second founder of Stoicism due to his monumental contribution to the development and systematization of Stoic philosophy. Chrysippus was known for his extraordinary ability to argue and for his prolific output. It is said that he wrote more than 700 works, although few have survived to the present day. He organized and expanded Stoic teachings, making them more accessible and coherent. His contributions were so significant that it was said that, if it were not for Chrysippus, there would be no Stoa. Chrysippus, often referred to as the second founder of Stoicism, expanded and systematized Zeno's teachings so profoundly that many consider his contribution to be essential to the survival and flourishing of the school. He wrote extensively, reportedly over 700 works, and his writings helped to clarify and solidify the principles of Stoicism. Under his influence, Stoicism became not only an ethical philosophy but also a comprehensive doctrine that included logic, physics, and the theory of knowledge. During its evolution, Stoicism faced debates and confrontations with other philosophical schools, such as Epicureanism, which defended pleasure as the highest good, and skepticism, which questioned the possibility of certain knowledge. Despite criticism and differences, Stoicism managed to stand out due to its practical and realistic approach, offering a philosophy that could be lived in everyday life, particularly in times of difficulty and uncertainty. Chrysippus was also instrumental in establishing Stoicism as one of the leading philosophies of his time. He introduced innovations in the field of logic, developed a more refined ethics, and developed a cosmology that integrated Stoic teachings with the scientific discoveries of the time. Under his leadership, Stoicism established itself as a comprehensive philosophy that offered answers to both practical, everyday questions and more abstract problems, such as the nature of the universe and the role of divinity. This solid foundation laid by Zeno, Cleanthes, and Chrysippus ensured that Stoicism continued to grow and influence subsequent generations, including prominent figures in Roman philosophy and beyond. The emphasis on virtue, reason, and acceptance of fate made Stoicism a powerful tool for facing life's challenges, a philosophy that continues to resonate with those seeking to live wisely and fully to this day. As Stoicism spread, it began to have a profound influence on Roman culture, where it found its most illustrious representatives in figures such as Seneca, Epictetus, and the Emperor Marcus Aurelius. These thinkers adapted and developed Stoic ideas, applying them to government, personal ethics, and everyday life, and in so doing ensured that Stoicism remained a significant intellectual force for centuries. Stoicism, after its birth in Greece, quickly spread and found considerable acceptance in Rome, where it became one of the most influential philosophies of the imperial period. The Roman environment, with its emphasis on duty, discipline, and virtue, provided fertile ground for Stoicism to flourish, especially among the intellectual and political elite who sought sound ethical guidance in times of great uncertainty and change. Roman Stoicism evolved to become not just a theoretical philosophy but a daily practice applied to moral, ethical, and political issues. Stoic philosophy taught that true happiness did not depend on external factors such as wealth or status, but on inner virtue and the ability to live in harmony with nature and reason. This teaching resonated deeply in a society that valued order, stability, and civic responsibility. Three figures stand out as the most influential representatives of Stoicism during the Roman period: Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. Each of them contributed in a unique way to the dissemination and development of Stoic philosophy, leaving a lasting legacy that continues to be studied and admired to this day. Seneca was one of the earliest and most prominent proponents of Stoicism in Rome. As an advisor to Emperor Nero, he found himself at the center of political intrigue and the ethical challenges of power. In his writings, Seneca explored themes such as moderation, self-control, courage, and contempt for wealth and power, arguing that true wealth lies in virtue and inner peace. His essays and letters, filled with practical advice, became essential reading for those seeking to live by Stoic principles, offering guidance for coping with the pressures and temptations of public and private life. Epictetus, on the other hand, brought a unique perspective to Stoicism. Born a slave, he earned his freedom and became one of Rome's most respected philosophers. His philosophy centered on the idea that true freedom did not depend on external conditions, but on the ability to recognize and accept calmly what is within our control, and to let go of what is not. His teachings, which were passed down primarily through his disciples, offer a pragmatic approach to life, emphasizing the importance of cultivating emotional resilience and calm in the face of adversity. For Epictetus, the key to true freedom lay in understanding and practicing the distinction between what we can and cannot control, and living accordingly. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, represents perhaps the pinnacle of the practical application of Stoicism in a position of power. During his years as Emperor of Rome, he kept a personal journal, which came to be known as the Meditations. In these intimate reflections, Marcus Aurelius records his efforts to live by Stoic principles amid the enormous responsibilities and pressures of his office. He meditated on the impermanence of life, the importance of maintaining virtue and equanimity in the face of challenges, and the need to act according to reason regardless of external circumstances. Meditations is not only a testament to Stoic philosophy, but a timeless guide to maintaining integrity and inner peace in any situation. The influence of these figures ensured that Stoicism remained a powerful force in Roman culture, shaping not only personal ethics but also politics and governance. Stoicism taught that virtue should be the basis of all decisions and actions, a message that resonated strongly in a society where leaders were constantly confronted with questions of morality and duty. Stoic philosophy continued to influence the intellectual and spiritual life of the West well beyond the Roman period, inspiring thinkers, leaders, and ordinary people alike to pursue lives of virtue, self-control, and serenity. The endurance of Stoicism, and its ability to speak to both emperor and slave, reflects its depth and universality, offering wisdom that transcends time and cultural context. After the collapse of the Roman Empire, Stoicism, which had been one of the dominant philosophies of the ancient world, began to lose its prominence. The rise of Christianity, with its own doctrines and views on morality and the spiritual life, led to the decline of Stoicism as a popular philosophical practice. As Christianity spread and became the dominant spiritual and cultural force in Europe, many of the Stoic ideas were reinterpreted or subsumed within the new religious worldview. However, Stoicism never completely disappeared. Its ideas, particularly those related to virtue, self-control, and resilience, continued to resonate, finding echoes in other systems of thought and inspiring thinkers for centuries. During the Middle Ages, although Stoicism was not a mainstream philosophical current, elements of its ethics and cosmology still influenced some intellectuals who sought to harmonize ancient philosophy with Christian theology. The true revival of Stoicism began during the Renaissance, a period of rediscovery of classical works and renewed interest in the philosophies of antiquity. Philosophers and writers such as Michel de Montaigne and René Descartes revisited Stoic ideas, drawing valuable insights from them for their own reflections on human nature, morality, and knowledge. Montaigne, in particular, was deeply influenced by the Stoics, especially in their views on death, virtue, and tranquility of mind. Descartes, on the other hand, appreciated Stoicism for its emphasis on reason and the control of the passions, which he saw as a path to true freedom. Stoicism continued to have intermittent influence over the following centuries, but it was in the 20th century that the philosophy experienced a significant revival. This resurgence has been driven in part by the growing emphasis on psychology and personal development, fields in which Stoic ideas about emotional control, resilience, and virtue have proven to be extremely relevant. In an era marked by rapid social, political, and technological change, many individuals have looked to Stoic philosophy as an anchor for dealing with the pressures and uncertainties of modern life. One factor contributing to this revival has been the popularization of Stoicism through literary and self-help works. Authors such as Ryan Holiday have played a crucial role in reintroducing Stoic principles to contemporary audiences. In his books, Holiday explores how the lessons of the ancient Stoics can be applied to everyday challenges, from stress management to ethical decision-making in business. He and other authors of so-called modern Stoicism argue that Stoic ideas offer a practical and accessible approach to achieving inner peace and resilience, regardless of external circumstances. This renaissance has also been fueled by the popularization of Stoic-inspired psychotherapeutic techniques such as cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, which shares with Stoicism an emphasis on the importance of how our beliefs influence our emotions and behaviors. In both CBT and Stoicism, the key to a balanced and fulfilling life lies in learning to control our thoughts and focus on what we can change, while calmly accepting what is beyond our control. Thus, Stoicism, which once seemed destined to be a footnote in the history of philosophy, has found a new audience and a new relevance in the contemporary world. Its lessons, distilled over centuries, continue to provide a moral and practical compass for those seeking to navigate the complexities of modern life with wisdom and equanimity. Stoicism, a philosophy that dates back to antiquity, continues to exert a powerful and practical influence on modern life, and is widely valued for its ability to provide guidance in times of uncertainty and challenge. Its resilience over the centuries is due in large part to its universal applicability and the clarity of its teachings, which remain as relevant today as they were more than 2,000 years ago. In the contemporary world, Stoicism is widely recognized as a philosophy that offers concrete tools for facing adversity with courage and dignity. In a time marked by rapid change, economic crises, social conflicts, and personal challenges, Stoic lessons on self-control, emotional resilience, and acceptance are more relevant than ever. By teaching us to focus on what we can control and to accept with equanimity what is beyond our power, Stoicism offers an antidote to anxiety and despair, promoting a life of true freedom and contentment. In addition to its application in personal life, Stoicism has also found an important place in the development of leadership skills and business ethics. Many modern leaders, especially in the business world, adopt Stoic principles to navigate challenging business environments. Stoic philosophy teaches that true leadership is not based solely on power or authority, but on virtues such as integrity, justice, wisdom, and courage. These leaders see Stoicism as a solid foundation for making ethical decisions, facing crises with a clear mind, and maintaining integrity even in the face of intense pressure. Modern psychology has also benefited from Stoic ideas, especially in the field of cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, which shares many similarities with the Stoic approach to managing emotions. Both emphasize the importance of our thoughts in shaping our emotions and behaviors, and teach that by changing our thought patterns, we can significantly improve our quality of life. Stoic practices, such as daily self-reflection and meditation on death, memento mori, have been adapted as therapeutic techniques to help people cope with stress, anxiety, and other psychological challenges. Stoicism has also found a new audience through the self-help and personal development movement. Books, podcasts, and online courses have popularized Stoic ideas to a global audience, showing how the teachings of ancient philosophers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius can be applied to improve everyday life. Modern authors like Ryan Holiday and William B. Irvine have played a key role in this revitalization, translating Stoic principles into a 21st century context and offering practical advice for those seeking to live by these ideas. By providing a philosophy of life that is both rigorous and compassionate, Stoicism continues to inspire individuals from all walks of life. Its emphasis on living according to reason, cultivating virtue, and accepting fate with equanimity offers a clear path for those seeking to not only survive, but thrive in a world filled with uncertainty. Today, more than ever, Stoicism invites us to adopt a broader and calmer view of life, to face our challenges with courage, and to find peace and purpose even in the most difficult circumstances. Its enduring relevance is a testament to its depth and universality, ensuring that it will continue to be a valuable source of wisdom for generations to come. As we come to the end of this video, it is fascinating to see how Stoicism, a philosophy that began in Athens more than 2 millennia ago, continues to offer us valuable lessons on how to live a full and balanced life. From the teachings of Zeno in the Stoic to the personal reflections of Marcus Aurelius in his Meditations, Stoicism has evolved and adapted, finding new life in different times and contexts. Even after the decline of the Roman Empire, its ideas have endured, influencing thinkers for centuries and resurfacing with force in the modern world. Today, Stoicism is not just an ancient philosophy, but a practical tool for facing life's challenges with courage, wisdom, and serenity. By focusing on what we can control and accepting what we can't, we find a powerful way to live with purpose and inner peace. Thank you for following along on this journey through the history of Stoicism. If you find these ideas inspiring, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Together, we can continue to explore the transformative power of Stoicism in our lives. See you next time.